Have you ever stopped to ponder the true impact of taxation on your life and the society around you? It's a question that seldom crosses our minds, yet it leaves a lasting imprint on our lives, in ways more profound than just the pinch on our paychecks. Let's take a moment to delve into the enigma of taxation. It's more than just a financial obligation, it's a societal mechanism that subtly shapes our behavior, our opportunities, and even our freedom. It's a silent actor that plays a significant role in the grand theater of our lives, often going unnoticed, its influence felt but not seen. Consider this. Taxation isn't just about that chunk of your income that disappears before it even hits your bank account. It's also about the unseen ripples it creates, influencing your decisions, your lifestyle choices, and even your aspirations. It's about the opportunities you might miss out on because of the financial burdens imposed by taxes. It's about the dreams you might have to put on hold, the plans you might have to rethink, all because of the heavy weight of taxation. But the impact of taxation goes beyond the individual. It reverberates through society, shaping economic landscapes, influencing business decisions, and even dictating policy directions. It's a powerful tool in the hands of the government, used not just for revenue collection, but also for social engineering, for shaping the society in ways that align with their vision. Taxation, then, is not just a financial issue, it's a societal one. It's not just about money, it's about power. It's not just about what's taken from us, it's about what's left for us. It's an intricate web, a complex puzzle that impacts every aspect of our lives. In the next few minutes, we will delve deeper into the hidden consequences of taxation. We will unveil the unseen chains it creates, explore its economic consequences, and shed light on the power of knowledge and understanding its true impact. So stay tuned as we unravel the enigma of taxation. Did you know that taxation can be a tool for control and even manipulation? This may sound like a plot from a dystopian novel, but it's an eerie reality we face every day. Imagine this: governments all around the world use taxation as a subtle but powerful tool to control their citizens, steering the public's behavior like a shepherd guides his flock. High taxes are often imposed on items or industries that the government wants to discourage. Take, for instance, the sin tax on tobacco and alcohol. By placing high taxes on these products, governments aim to deter people from consuming them, citing public health concerns. On the other hand, tax breaks or incentives are used to encourage certain behaviors or industries. Renewable energy, for example, is often given substantial tax incentives. These breaks aim to make green energy more affordable and appealing, aligning with the government's vision of a sustainable future. But what happens when these tax policies are used to advance hidden agendas or to keep the status quo? Let's take a closer look. Consider the case of high taxes on wealth and income. On the surface, it appears to be a mechanism to redistribute wealth and reduce income inequality, but delve deeper, and you'll find that these high taxes often discourage entrepreneurship and hard work, keeping the public in a constant state of financial struggle. Similarly, tax breaks for large corporations may seem like a way to stimulate economic growth. However, these breaks often result in wealth being concentrated in the hands of the few, further widening the socioeconomic gap. The manipulation doesn't end there. Ever wondered why some essential items, like food and medicine, are taxed? By taxing these necessities, governments ensure a constant revenue stream, subtly chaining the public to a system that keeps them just above the poverty line. Taxation, then, is not just about funding public services, but also about shaping society according to the government's vision. It's about time we opened our eyes to these unseen chains and started asking the right questions. Now, meet John Doe, an ordinary citizen with an extraordinary story. John was an entrepreneur, the proud owner of a small electronics shop in his hometown. He had a modest team, a loyal customer base, and a dream: to provide a secure future for his family. However, John found himself in an uphill battle, not with his competitors, but with an entity he couldn't oust: the government. Year after year, John's tax obligations soared, leaving him in a seemingly endless cycle of financial burden. His small business, once blossoming, began to wilt under the weight of taxation. Every dollar he earned was split: a portion for his business, a lion's share for the government. The high taxes placed an immense strain on his finances, forcing him to make difficult decisions. He had to lay off some of his employees, individuals who had become like family. The shop's lights dimmed, the once buzzing aisles fell silent. But the worst was yet to come. Despite his best efforts, John could no longer keep his business afloat. The doors of his shop closed for the last time. The dream he had nurtured for years now, just a memory. The government's hand had reached into John's pocket, and in doing so, had stifled his entrepreneurial spirit. But what about the benefits of taxation, you might ask? The roads, the schools, the public services? John paid his taxes, but the benefits seemed to evaporate, lost in a labyrinth of bureaucracy and inefficiency. John's tale is a stark reminder of the crushing impact of taxation. His story is a testament to the unseen chains that bind the ordinary citizen, the small business owner, the dreamer. His story is a reflection of a system that takes more than it gives, a system that leaves its citizens grappling with financial hardship. John's story is not unique. There are countless others just like him. His tale is one of many, a drop in the ocean of voices crying out for change. For them and for us, let us continue to question, to challenge, and to seek a better way. But the impact of taxation extends far beyond individual stories. In the grand scheme of things, taxation, especially when it's excessive, can stifle economic growth. The reason is simple, yet profound. When the government takes a considerable portion of the earnings of businesses and individuals, it reduces the amount of money they have to invest, innovate, and grow. Imagine a fledgling tech startup, full of potential and bursting with innovative ideas. High taxes could mean less money to invest in research and development, less money to hire top talent, and less money to expand their operations. In a worst-case scenario, the startup might not survive at all, leaving the market poorer for the loss of potential innovations and jobs that could have been created. But it's not just about startups. Established businesses also suffer under the weight of high taxation. To compensate for their losses, they might decide to cut costs, which could lead to job losses, reduced wages, or even the shutdown of entire departments or branches. On a broader scale, the economy as a whole can suffer. Studies have shown that countries with high tax rates tend to have slower economic growth compared to those with lower tax rates. The reason is clear. When more money is left in the hands of the people who earned it, they are more likely to invest it in ways that stimulate growth and create jobs. But the effects of taxation are not just economic. They also have social consequences. High taxes can discourage people from striving for higher incomes, knowing that a large portion of their earnings will be taken away. This could lead to a lack of motivation, decreased productivity, and ultimately a less prosperous society. The economic consequences of taxation are far-reaching and often unseen. They extend far beyond the immediate impact on our wallets, affecting the very engine of our economies and the social fabric of our societies. It's a ripple effect that begins with the individual taxpayer and spreads outwards, touching every aspect of our lives. The economic consequences of taxation are far-reaching and often unseen. So, what can we do about it, you may ask? The answer, my friends, lies in the power of knowledge. It's in understanding taxation and the profound impact it has on our lives. It's about opening our eyes to the unseen chains that bind us and recognizing that we do have the power to challenge the status quo. Imagine a society where every individual truly grasps how taxation works, where we all understand the economic consequences and can see through the enigma that the government has created. This is not just a fantasy, it is actually within our reach. All it takes is a willingness to learn and to share that knowledge with others. But why is understanding taxation so important? It's because taxation is not just a financial issue, it's a social issue. It's about fairness and justice. It's about recognizing that when the burden of taxation falls disproportionately on the shoulders of the poor, it's not just their problem, it's our problem, because we are all part of this society and what affects one of us affects all of us. Knowledge of taxation allows us to see the bigger picture. It helps us to understand that taxation is not just about funding public services, it's also about the distribution of wealth and power. It's about who gets to decide how our hard-earned money is spent. So let's educate ourselves. Let's dig deeper into the complexities of taxation. Let's question, let's challenge, let's discuss, let's share our knowledge with our friends, our families, our communities. Because when we do, we are not just empowering ourselves, we are empowering each other. Remember, knowledge is not just about understanding the world, it's about changing it. And change begins with awareness. The more aware we are of the intricacies of taxation, the more capable we are to question its fairness, its justice, its necessity. And so, we circle back to our original question: What can we do about it? The answer is simple, yet powerful. We can learn, we can share, we can challenge, and we can change. Knowledge is power. The more we understand about taxation, the better equipped we are to challenge it. Scene script. Change begins with action. There are some concrete steps you can take to educate yourself and others about taxation, and ultimately this knowledge can lead to empowerment. Firstly, never underestimate the power of reading. Dive into books like The Tax and Legal Playbook by Mark J. Kohler or The Fair Tax Book by Neil Bortz and John Linder. These books provide comprehensive insights into the world of taxation and its implications on the average citizen. Secondly, engage in discussions. Join online forums, participate in local community meetings, or even initiate conversations among your friends and family. This not only broadens your understanding but also creates an environment of awareness and collective learning. Additionally, consider enrolling in online courses or webinars. Platforms like Coursera, edX, and Khan Academy offer a plethora of resources on taxation, economics, and financial management. Knowledge gained through these platforms can be instrumental in understanding the nuances of taxation and its role in the economy. Another crucial step is to stay informed about the work of advocacy groups fighting for tax reform. Organizations such as Americans for Tax Reform, Tax Justice Network, and Citizens for Tax Justice are dedicated to creating a fairer tax system. They often have resources available to help educate the public about tax issues and ways to get involved in their advocacy work. Finally, remember that change doesn't occur in isolation. Share what you've learned with others. Educate your peers, write a blog, create a podcast, or use social media platforms to voice your opinions and insights. Remember, every conversation matters, but the most significant action step is to vote. Your vote can be a powerful tool in bringing about change. Be informed about your local, state, and national representatives' taxation policies. Understand the implications of these policies on your financial stability and the broader economy. Together, we can make a difference. The journey towards a fair and just tax system may be long and arduous, but with collective action and the power of knowledge, it is a journey worth embarking on. We have traveled a long road today exploring the dark corners of taxation. We've peeled back the layers to reveal a system that, while necessary for public services, can be manipulated to keep the public in a cycle of financial struggle. We've looked at the story of John Doe, an average citizen who, despite his best efforts, finds himself caught in an inescapable web of taxes. We've delved into the economic consequences of this system, showing how it stifles growth, discourages innovation, and perpetuates wealth inequality. But as we've navigated these shadowy realms, we've also discovered something powerful: knowledge. Knowledge that can empower us to understand the system, to advocate for fair taxation, and to break the cycle of financial struggle. This journey has not been to instill fear, but to ignite action. We've shown you the unseen chains of taxation, not to make you feel powerless, but to inspire you to take control. Because while the system may be complex and intimidating, it is not unchangeable. So what can we do? We can educate ourselves, our families, our communities. We can vote with our wallets, supporting businesses that advocate for fair taxation. We can engage with our local and national representatives, pushing them to make taxation reforms a priority. And we can share our knowledge, spreading awareness about the impact of this system on our everyday lives. Because change is not just about individual actions, it's about collective movements. It's about each and every one of us taking a stand, raising our voices, and demanding a system that works for us, not against us. So let's take this journey beyond the confines of this video. Let's take it to our homes, our workplaces, our communities. Let's make sure that this conversation doesn't end here. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this cause. Together we can break the chains of taxation.